Welcome to Aqualuna 73, a realm where intuition moves like water and the moon remembers every journey. Here the eyes of the soul open gently, catching whispers from the deep wells of time, shaped by ancient forces, from the quiet power of Ra to the bold spark of Rik, guiding us through the unseen. In this space, the cup's tarot flows with quiet wisdom, while quantum sparks rise from the black well of possibility. The zodiac hums softly, minnow small yet universe wide, reminding us that even the smallest ripple in the pond can change everything. Some messages drift in like secret tides, echoing the mystery that readers have long explored, even in the hidden corners of Secret Tarot. This channel is a sanctuary for seekers, queens, wanderers, and those drawn to tarot readings that feel like conversations with destiny. Some messages arrive like secret tides, others like ancient hymns, all meant to guide you through each season of becoming. Here at Aqualuna 73, your spirit speaks and the cards answer. Please step through. Hi there everyone, welcome to my channel Aqualuna 73. I'm going to do a moon reading, Vedic tarot reading for the sign of Aries. Please be in mind these are general readings. It's not going to resonate with all Aries people. Thank you to everyone who watches my content, who supports my channel. God bless you guys. Okay, so I'm going to use the Rider-Waite Tarot deck, and then I'm going to discuss with you the energies that you're going to deal with this May. My bedroom window is open. The dogs are barking outside. Luna's inside. She's sleeping at the moment, so I don't know if she's going to start barking. I got these flowers from my son and my daughter for Mother's Day. Aren't they beautiful? Anyway, let's continue. What lessons and messages do I have for my collective for this Aries moon reading, Vedic tarot reading? Aries, I get the sense that there's a lot of intense energy surrounding you this month. Okay, very intense, possibly very highly karmic as well. Okay, we're going to look at the core themes for your reading, okay, for your sign. Please remember, if your Vedic, if your tarot or if your astrology sign in Western astrology is Aries, it's not going to be Aries in Vedic astrology, okay? It's a different sign. You need to go check that out yourself. Just go on the internet and check it out, okay? There's a lot of places where you can do that. Anyway, let's see. I'm going to draw 3 cards first, and then we're going to see what lessons and messages God and universe has for your Aries moon. What lessons and messages do you have, my Aries collective, for this Vedic moon tarot reading? Please and thank you, my ascended masters, spirit guides, God, Son, Jesus Christ, Holy Spirit, Amun-Ra, Mother Hecate, and all the benevolent, compassionate, empathetic energies of love and light that work with me. Please allow me to channel into Aries energy today and bring them the messages that you want them to be aware of, that you want them to learn. Okay, there's a card that just fell out. I'm going to draw another 2 cards now. Wow, okay, got the end. Your first card is a 4 of Swords, second card is the Empress, and your third card is the 9 of Pentacles. There's a lot of noise. Okay, they're busy building there's a lot of like security complexes going up in the area, so there's a lot of construction work going on. Okay, so they're up and down the whole day during the week. Anyway, let's continue. At least some messages to have my collective for this moon reading. Okay. The map maker of destiny, authentic purpose, inspiration, and free will. There's a strong karmic presence of Saturn. You could have experienced a lot of emotional fatigue the past few months or for a certain specific period, and there's some type of courage that's going to return with this map maker and this Empress card. I get this with this force. This person is laying down, they're contemplating. It comes across as someone that's tired, emotionally fatigued, and there is some courage that's going to come after this, okay, if you're already not in this energy. There's also a sense of building long-term stability, okay, instead of chasing quick fixes. There's an emphasis on this as well. So basically, Aries, these your month is in two parts, okay. The early months of May, this fiery or fiery action orientated energy, and the second half becomes more grounded and practical, okay. The sun in Aries until the 14th and 15th of May, which is today and tomorrow. Confidence. It comes across with this map maker as confidence, lead, and this card, the Empress, here, leadership, ambition. There's a desire to initiate something. Okay. You got a strong desire to initiate something. And I also get the sense that this is also one of the strongest parts of the year for you. Okay. This desire to initiate is probably some type of project, okay? And you asserting your independence and claiming authority, okay, of your own life, basically taking control of something in your life. There's also a huge possibility when you're in this energy, when you step into this courageous energy, it's going to clash. Your ego is going to clash with other people. There might be certain parts where you're going to be impatient. And there's also a possibility with authority figures that you might have issues with. The sun is moving into Taurus after the 15th. And basically your attention is going to be shifted towards money, values, coins of values, towards money, valuable things like money, values, family, and stability. Yeah, with these three cards. Mars is also entering Aries, or Mars has entered Aries on the 11th and the 12th. And even though it might not be the 11th and the 12th, it's already past that date. Energy still affects you, okay? And it was a big energetic shift. This is what I pick up. This is why you have this renewed drive, okay? A very sharp instinct with this Empress card. Possibly very competitive as well. And what I also pick up here is like somebody has stamina, physical stamina, and the willingness to confront things head on, okay? In the beginning of the month or before you entered this specific energy, you may have felt emotionally drained. Maybe in the beginning of the year or the first few months of the year, you felt emotionally drained. And basically this transit with the sun is like fuel, okay? It acts like an ignition fuel for something. But there's also caution that you need to be aware of, okay? Be cautious, because this is a good energy. But like I said with the ego, okay, earlier, I know that Mars is moving in your Gadanta zone before entering Aries, okay? And this is basically, wait, let me draw a few cards regarding this. Give me a few cards regarding this Gandanta zone. What do you want them to know about this? Give me a few messages regarding this. What do you want them to know about this? Oops, okay. There's a card. You got the, what is this? 10 of coins, Ace of Pentacles, and then you got the 3 of Wands. This Gadanta energy or zone that Mars is moving through before it enters Aries is basically emotional, impulsive emotional reactions, okay? Sudden emotional reactions, maybe anger, impulsive decisions, arguments. And the universe is also warning you, because this energy is basically causing some type of it's like you want to rush things, or it feels like a rushed energy, and the universe wants you to avoid mistakes or avoid accidents, okay, because of this rush energy. Because this is a family card here. This is the Ace of Pentacles. This is like, this person is staring out into the horizon. It tells me to reflect, okay, upon this energy while you're in this. Because this energy is also an energy that you can use to discipline yourself, to use it as for disciplined action, okay, for training, for your entrepreneurship, in case you're in a business, okay, cutting through stagnation. This is what you utilize it, need to utilize it for, not for reckless confrontations with individuals and stuff like that, okay. Okay, so you got Hecate's Path, Cycle of Life, Night Magic, Crossroads, and Letting Go. This is a clear indication to me that the universe wants you. Hecate is the goddess of the crossroads. Crossroads speak about people needing to choose something, okay, of needing to let go. And it also indicates to me that whatever conflicts you're experiencing currently, Aries Moon, is part of life, okay? It's part of the cycle of life. I said in a previous reading, I think it's the Gemini Sagittarius reading, that Saturn is in Pisces. And basically, it's almost like the beginning, okay, of some type of phase, a karmic phase that's going to close. There's some type of karmic phase that's going to close, okay, or you're going to find closure basically in a karmic phase. I'm going to draw another oracle card. The Saturn in Pisces energy is also, like I said, to Sagittarius and Gemini. This Saturn energy is a very pressured energy. It's like a pressure cooker, okay? It's subconscious fears, hidden enemies. It could indicate exhaustive or exhaustion, patterns that cause this exhaustion. Okay, it speaks also of unfinished karmic cycles and spiritual maturity. And it's almost like you, Aries, in May, you're going to tell yourself, basically, I can't keep up with this old ways anymore. Something's got to give. Something has to change. Okay. What more? Give me a card. Give me another card. Oracle card. Okay, you got the Horse King, assistance and control. I don't know why this is coming to mind. What do you call that? There's a name for this. I can't remember. I don't know why this is coming to mind. I see this horse and somebody's coming to mind, like somebody playing polo. Or this sports that, there's a name for it. I can't remember the name. Sport that they use, horses, where they jump over these obstacles. Okay. I don't know why this is coming to mind. Because I think the reason why is discipline. Okay. I think it's referring to something about discipline. Discipline and control. Hecate's path is also talking about, in my opinion, about solitude. And basically, in the solitude, you meditate. You basically need to create some type of structure. That's very simple. A structured routine, keeping things simple. Okay. And also this transit is also going to reward these things. Okay, it's going to reward discipline. It's going to reward the solitude that you put yourself in, this meditation, the simplicity, the structured routine. Okay, the spiritual work. If you put in the work, and if you don't, you're going to experience anger. And this anger is not going to have any direction. Okay. It basically, the opposite of it is going to be escapism. The opposite of that is going to be anger without direction, burnout, and avoidance. Okay, this is what's standing out with this Horse King. Give me another 3 cards for Aries for this moon reading. if your moon sign is Aries, the first stage that you're going to enter or have entered of this month, it's also called Sade Sati, okay? Sade Sati influence. Why are these cards like this? Oh my gosh, I didn't even notice. Cards are all... Okay, just hold on a second. I just want to fix my cards here. My tarot cards. Okay. Jupiter is in Gemini. This speaks about learning, networking, and communication. Okay. Throughout May, Jupiter is going to remain in Gemini before moving into Cancer in June. Okay. And we're going to see how this is going to affect you. Okay, there's another card that just flipped out. So your first card is the Moon. And then you have the Nine of Wands and the Temperance card. Okay, so like I said, Jupiter remains in Gemini before it's going to move into Cancer in June. Aries, for you, this is going to mean what? Communication. It's going to energize communication, study, teaching, writing, networking, business, short travel, maybe skills that you're going to acquire. And it's also adequate or favorable for launching something. I said this in the beginning, studying spiritual or technical subjects, improving your communication, and reconnecting with people around you, okay? Maybe family, siblings, or your community. And Jupiter's also here to soften the edges or those sharp edges of Saturn, or the heaviness, okay, by opening intellectual opportunities and useful alliances. Okay, so this is good. In the beginning of the month, okay, there was energies of very strong attraction towards something, passion, assertiveness, desire, some desire for independence. Let me see what this is. Give me a clarifier. Clarify this transformative energy, this relationship energy of Aries. Because speaking of strong attraction that you maybe felt for something, or passionate or assertive. I have no idea what this is. Let's see. Florida water, natural form, enchanted potion, red roses and cleansing. I get this strong feeling this is some type of romantic individual or somebody that you might be romantically interested in. Okay. It comes across that whatever this is, I have no idea who or what this is, but the word fleeting is coming to mind. It's like the best example or thing I can think about is, it's like somebody seeing somebody and they fall in love. Okay, love at first sight, or they fall in love, or they basically attracted to an individual. But it's fleeting. In other words, it's just a feeling. It's not something that you're going to act on, okay? Because You focused more on emotional security and practical compatibility. I don't know if you basically, yeah, with this, you're focusing with this balance, temperance card, you're balancing, you're focusing on emotional security and practical compatibility. You're basically not acting on what you feel, not because you're not interested or that you're seeing this person is not compatible. You're basically sussing out the situation, studying it or the person, or I don't know, maybe you're watching how something is unfolding. I have no idea what this is, okay? But your focus is basically securing yourself emotionally, maybe working on yourself, on your emotional intelligence, okay? And being practical. The word, I don't know if you're an older individual. I don't know why this is coming to mind, but this could be an older individual that I'm talking to. Your opposite sign is Libra. There's a lunar axis, Libra Aries lunar axis, that's highlighted in this May, in this month of May. And it's basically bringing karma or relationships karma to the surface. This is probably why you not acting on what you're feeling, okay? Which is a good thing. I think it's excellent because you don't want to be impulsive when you make decisions that could affect you in the long term, isn't it? This lunar axis of Libra and Aries, it's basically speaking of balance versus selfishness, independence versus compromise, okay? Creating healthy boundaries. And the universe is also telling you to, while you're in this energy, to look at your existing relationships and whatever you need to address in these existing relationships, be honest. And it's also asking for emotional maturity. And there's also a sense of any weak dynamics that you might have in your life, okay? When it comes to relationships, it can be anything. It doesn't have to be romantic. Basically, it's going to be impossible for you to ignore certain emotional immaturity energy from people. You're going to be very clear in your thinking and how you see people, etc., and how you approach these relationship dynamics, okay? I'm sorry, Luna is barking at the people in the street again. We're going to look at your career and your money now, okay? Give me a few cards for Aries career and money. With this moon card, I'm getting the strong feeling that there is something that someone is hiding. I have no idea what. Okay. I don't know why this is coming up now. So, okay, this is your cards that you got for career and money. Two of Wands, Ace of Wands, and the Magician. This month is a strong indication of, in your money and career, it's a strong month for leadership. Okay, today this is coming across these two cards as leadership, these three cards, entrepreneurship, launching things like new initiatives and being strategic in your planning regarding things. You could be in an industry that's very competitive or that's going to be competitive. because physical or competitive energies is coming through, like industries. Okay, I don't know what type of work you do. Marketing and communication is also coming to mind. In this mid-month, you also need to focus on budgeting and saving and reassessing your spending habits. Okay, this person is staring out into the horizon. It's telling me with this Ace of Wands and this Magician, you need to watch your spending habits. Your financial focus needs to increase, or it's going to increase. And the universe is requiring you to build something more tangible, okay? To avoid impulsive decisions, impulsive purchases, or maybe aggressive financial risks, okay, around this Mars transition. From the 15th, which is today onwards, is it today or is it tomorrow? Yes, tomorrow. The universe is advising you to concentrate, or it basically, this energy also favors practical investments. It favors long-term planning, and it favors stabilizing your income streams. Okay, assess everything and be careful with the impulsiveness as well. I'm going to draw an oracle card now. The Desert Prince, survival, false promises. Aries, this month, there's a lot of deep lessons for you. And I feel this is a very spiritually important period for you as well, for this year. This Magician here, it's like the universe is guiding you and telling you there's some type of deeper lesson in all these experiences. And the Magician card, in my opinion, speaks of power, personal power. And this personal power that you have, it needs to be applied with discipline. You need to be disciplined. Your power must become disciplined. Okay, I don't know why this is coming to mind. The reason why I'm saying this power, it's a Magician card. Magician speaks of magic, of alchemy. And there is the scene in The Witcher that's coming to mind, where Genevieve, okay, one of the girls, when one of the women, the teacher is teaching them how to do magic and how to balance the magic with a flower, and I can't remember the specific scene, okay, and they try it in different ways, and she's basically testing, and some of them fail, even she fails, okay. And she basically explains exactly this to them, that power must become disciplined, okay. You cannot just practice something and you just follow something blindly. This is not how things work. You must become disciplined. You must utilize whatever power you gain or have in a disciplined way. And basically, What this is going to do, Aries moon, is in 2026, it's basically going to help you to evolve from a pure force into some type of conscious direction that you're going to have. You're going to have stronger intuition. Your dreams become more vivid. There's a lot of karmic endings, and you're going to withdraw yourself from superficial people. Okay? Okay, sorry, there's a card that just hold on. I just want to pick it up quickly. Actually, two cards. Oh my God, I want to pick it up. Okay, closing circle. Closing circle, pure intent, sacred doors, timing, experience. And then you have pyrokinesis, debate, rage, revolution, and attention. Like I said, you're going to have stronger intuition, vivid dreams, karmic endings. You're also feeling that you need some solitude, and you also have this existential energy about you where you're questioning things like your purpose, okay? And basically the reason why this is happening is this Saturn energy is forcing inner restructuring, and while Mars and the Sun pushes you towards the action, okay? The challenge for you is to balance your fire, Aries, with the wisdom that you're gaining, okay? So yeah, with this rage card, be aware of this. It says closing circle, which tells about this karmic endings, okay, some sacred doors, okay. The best way to work with this energy with for May 2026 Aries is disciplined exercise, meditation, getting structured in your routines, to focus on your ambition, to reduce chaos, to plan long term, to practice strategic action instead of being reactive. Okay, it says here, rage. Don't be reactive. Don't take reactive action. And because this is especially going to be beneficial for you. You're basically going to find grounding if you like have physical movement, okay? It's almost like, say for instance, a person is stressing a lot. It's almost like the universe is telling you, okay, if you go for a walk, if you exercise, it's going to basically get you out of your head. So basically the overall energies for this month: personal power, career momentum, and both are very strong. Financial stability. This is going to improve from now onwards, okay, if you're going through some type of financial instability. Your relationships is going to be intense, but it's going to clarify as well, so you will understand exactly where you stand with people. Spiritual growth, very high because of these experiences. there's not going to be a lot of emotional ease. It's going to be moderate, okay? So we all have to go through this, okay? You need to apply discipline. It's required, okay? And it's high on the list. So there's a lot of karmic energies, and it's a turning karmic point for you as well, Aries. You're basically being pushed to mature your fire. You're being pushed to mature your fire into mastery. This is what I'm picking up. So give me a last card, and then I'm going to stop this reading. What last message do you have for my Aries collector for this tarot reading? Earth Mother, Psychic Recharge, Grounded Healer, Mentor, and Layers. I don't know where this fits in, but this is your last card. Anyway, thank you for watching, guys. I love you so much. Please take care. I hope this reading was helpful, and you might find it helpful even if you're not an Aries, okay? God bless you guys. Have a wonderful day. Bye.